You gotta have one vice.
He's retweeting a Muppet and about to kick the bucket. True Joe flaps his gums about cookie crumbs. Another day, another shining example of President Biden's laser-focused mental agility the White House keeps telling us about. Yesterday, he launched a task force aimed at lowering costs for American families. Hold on to your balance of nature, folks.
I better not start the questions. I'll get in trouble.
What's your message for Super Tuesday, sir? Do you have a message for voters?
Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Wow. If Joe were a Walmart greeter, he'd say hello as the customers were leaving the store. Karine Jean-Pierre says she has no trouble keeping up with this man, so maybe it's her who needs a cognitive test or two. I heard reporters are asked to refrain from holding up lights so Joe won't walk toward him. Of course, Joe once again attempted to tackle shrinkflation, and you won't even notice what they're doing when they charge you just as much.
You won't even notice what they're doing. When they charge you just as much for the same size bag of potato chips, only has a hell of a lot fewer chips in it. I'll tell you who did notice, the Cookie Monster. He pointed out his cookies are getting smaller, paying the same price. I was stunned when I found out that's what actually happened.
Oh. You know you're in trouble when your party is enlisting a puppet to support a puppet. But both are cut from the same cloth. Like the Cookie Monster, Joe's also manipulated by someone off camera. What's Joe got to say?
Oh, yeah. Believe Cookie Monster. He's a good guy, man. He came to this country legally, too. I asked him, why do you want to come to America? He said, I love cookies. I said, good enough for me. But he's voting for me, Cookie Monster. All of them are. Him and all his friends. They better. I mean, think about it. They're all minorities, right? Cookie Monster's blue. Oscar's green.
I love it.
Snuffleupagus, he's brown.
Joe Biden showed up.
I told him, you better vote for me, or you ain't colored.
Aaron, is this going to be a trend? Are we going to see Biden talk about gay pride with Bert and Ernie? Is he going to do vegan rights with Miss Piggy? I mean, he could do the whole gamut.
Oh, gosh, I hope not. That really caught me off guard. There seems to be this trend now in the Muppets, right? That you saw the Elmo last week asking if everybody was okay, and apparently the answer is collectively no, which makes complete sense because it's not about shrinkflation. It's about the fact that Joe Biden has killed the United States economy single-handedly. You want to know why you're getting less bang for your buck? Because the American consumer is not standing up and saying, I'm not going to buy that anymore because I'm not getting what I want. If you want to make a change, D.C. is not going to do it. Haven't we learned that? D.C. is not going to, and it's certainly not D.C.'s role to step in and start dictating how many cookies the Cookie Monster gets in a bag of Oreos. That's not their place. They got to make sure they secure our freedoms and make sure this country is sovereign, which they're not doing under Joe Biden. He has single-handedly decimated this economy, and he's trying to distract by talking to a Muppet who he probably does actually believe is a voter at this point. I know. The fact that he was like, I was shocked when I heard this. Give me a break.
Do you think he's got the Sesame Street vote all wrapped up? Does he realize it's a children's show and kids can't vote?
So, like, I don't really take the bus anymore. But when I used to take the bus, sometimes there'd be, like, an old person at the same stop kind of just, like, babbling like that, you know? Like, the cookies, and there are more cookies before, and blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, okay, yeah, okay. And you're just thinking in your head, whose grandpa is this?
Yeah.
Like, whose grandpa? This grandpa shouldn't be sitting here waiting for the bus. Somebody come get your grandpa.
Yes.
I feel the exact same way watching the President of the United States.
It's painful.
That Cookie Monster joke, I mean, it didn't really hit the way you wanted it to.
No, nothing did.
It was a complete bomb. I mean, like, I'm going back on tour in a couple weeks. If I had a joke like that, I would remove that one from my set list.
He keeps repeating it. The whole shrinkflation. It's his brain, Tyrus. It's shrinking.
Like, I'm highly offended.
Yeah.
I'm upset. I'm going to go off here in a little bit, okay? you're the president of the United States, right? You're the top guy. You're the chief of America. You're America's grandfather. If you're going to talk about the American treasure that is the Cookie Monster, you have him next to you.
Yeah.
You're the president of the United States, and you're talking about the Cookie Monster, and he's not there. We're being bold, assuming that this is the actual Cookie Monster he's talking about. There could be a Puerto Rican Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster could be his son's nickname for fun.
Cookie Monster.
Yeah, exactly. So we're just assuming. We're just politicizing Cookie Monster. Maybe he wasn't there for a reason, because he knows that he's got to make money and get cookies on both sides of the aisle. So how dare you put Cookie Monster in this political? Leave him out of it, okay? The reason why the bags are small and there's no food in it is because you it up. That's why. We all know. Everybody knows. No one's going in their bag of chips going, hey, Cat, I wonder why these chips aren't working. I know why. The economy sucks because Grandpa is up. I don't need Cookie Monster for that. Elmo don't got to ask me how I'm doing. Big Bird, Snuffleupagus, stay in the back, do your drugs. We don't need you. We all know what the problem is.
Charlie, it doesn't look good. I mean, it
for
does,
America or
no,
for
just
Joe Biden?
just watching. It's like, how can they do this? It can't go. This isn't going to go to November.
No, I'm with you. I don't see how it does. But, in politics, it's very simple. Horror films always beat children's cartoons. And you've got Joe Biden here talking about shrinkflation with a blue Cookie Monster. And then you're going to have Donald Trump talking about an invasion at the border of people that Joe Biden intentionally let into the country, and they're raping children and murdering students in America. And you're going to have these going side by side, and no one is going to be going to the children's cartoon. Everybody is going to the horror flick. It's the same thing with global warming. Why do Democrats always win on the issue of global warming? Because a catastrophe film always sells out. Nobody wants to go with the no, everything's okay film. And that's what he's trying to do here. It's just shrinkflation. It's not a big deal. When Trump is going to be talking about the issues that people actually care about, and it's going to be devastating for Biden and his little blue monster.
Yeah. I guess
I can't.
we shall see. We got to move on, Tyrus.
Well, but it's the wrong guy. You want to run stats, you bring in the count, not Cookie Monster. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous. How many cookies we short? 1 cookie. 2. You don't ask. Sorry.
All right, up next, it's a swing and a miss on banning a famous kiss.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.